kill him. Nevertheless, sometimes the demons very much appreciate the full dependence of the demigods upon the mercy of the Lord. Nevertheless, sometimes the demons very much appreciate the full dependence of the God upon the mercy of the Lord. This is indirect benefit of the demigods. कृष्ण कृष्णाय भूतले श्रीमते नमस्ते सारस्वती देवी गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषाशून्यवादी पार्षदेशतः नमो महावदन्याय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नामिने गौरकृषे नमः। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांता राधा कांत नमोस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये पांचाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्णा. So we're reading from this chapter 7, chapter 2, verse number 9. So first of all, I'd like to seek blessings of all the Vaishnavas. Kindly bless me, His Grace Muktavan Prabhu. Hare Krishna. And also seek the blessings of Manmani Khan. Hare Krishna. And also Sagar Prabhu and Prabhu Dev. So all the Vaishnavas, by the collective blessing, try to attempt to speak something on Srimad Bhagavatam for the purification of our heart and purification of the Lord. There's a beautiful verse in glorification of the Lord, devotees. Though there here actually Mr. Hiranyakashipu is kind of enviously telling what these demigods do and how they can be eradicated. No, to kill the Lord before he's talking about killing the Lord. So telling that Lord, I mean, he's a supreme person, but now he's in fall. Now he's influenced by Maya, and he has assumed the form of a boar to please his devotees, the demigod. And he's just like a restless child leans towards someone, like that the Lord is also leaning towards demigod. Like that is, I'm telling I will sever Lord Vishnu's head from his trunk by my trident. And then he's saying that, so basically he's saying that I will kill them. He wants to kill the Lord. And he's saying when I will kill the Lord, then automatically all these demigods, they will also be dried up. Because he knows the philosophy. Yatha taror mula nishchechane. Tripyati tatskanda bhujopashad. Prano prahara chetasindriyana. Sarva anam. So he knows the philosophy that way. That how Krishna is the root of all existence. The demigods are getting strength from Krishna. He knows very well. And he's saying that if I kill this Lord, kill the diplomatic Vishnu, then the demigods, they all will actually automatically dry up. They will be finished. They will lose the source of their life. So this is the determination of Hiranyakashipu, and this is the understanding. The understanding is correct, but the intention is bewildered. He doesn't understand what he is feeling. So here is spoken that actually the glorification of the Lord. In purport, Prabhupada writes actually a glorification, because ultimately what he's saying is glorifying that how by worshipping the Lord, actually the demigods are, they get strength with indirect appreciation. Where it said also envy is indirect appreciation. Instead of directly appreciating, when we are envying, then we are appreciating in the heart and becoming more. So, para dukha asahishuta, seeing others' happiness, we cannot tolerate. But actually, we are seeing, how others are flourishing or they are growing. So that we may see and we may appreciate indirectly in our heart, but feel bad about it, and we cannot tolerate it. Like so, here this happening. You brought the so. So this theme we were discussing before also. Last class we were also discussing that how the difference between the demigods and the demons is that the demigods they follow the instructions. The devotees always follow the instructions of the Supreme Lord, and the demons they will always derive. Rather, they will disturb the plan of the Lord. So there is a very essential difference between the demigods and the demons, like that. And so basically, the demigods are very much inclined to hear the Lord and serve Him and please Him. This is the determination of the demigod. So no matter what, demigods will always take side of the Lord. They always will, take shelter of the Lord. So this is the category of devotees. The devotees, no matter what, they'll always follow the Lord. Like in Samudra Manthan Lila also you find when they were holding this Vasuki. So first, the demons they were given the mouth. Sorry, they were given the tail, the demon, and the demigods had mouth, right? But the demons felt offended. They thought, why should we get the tail put? Actually, we want take the mouth. It's inauspicious, and they want to exchange the position. But the demigods, they just quietly follow them. In the whole episode, you'll find the demigods are quietly following the Lord in everything. So this is the hallmark of a devotee. The devotee will always follow the Lord and his guru, even though sometimes you may not understand. The broad plan of the Lord sometimes may not be understood, may not be very clear. But still devotee will follow. Still devotee will follow the Lord, follow the superior devotee. So it's not like only when we are only when we are able to understand the Lord's plan, only when we are able to see my real benefit, I can see now, then only devotee will follow the Lord. It's not like that. And why devotee is able to follow like that? Because devotee has that deep faith in Lord's being all powerful and he is all good also. He is all compassionate. The devotee has a deep faith. That's why even though sometimes he may not understand the plan, apparently he may not know why God is doing what he's doing, but still he will follow the Lord. Still he will abide by the instructions of the superior and he will follow the will of the Lord. So even though he may not understand. So that shows the devotee has firm faith in the Lord, firm faith in the Lord's protection. So sometimes this thought may come, that what is the meaning of this protection? What kind of protection Lord offers? Sometimes this thought may come. So sometimes, you find different times, different things Lord does. Like in the case of Jatayu, you don't find his body was protected. In the case of Prahlad Maharaj, his body was protected also. So Jatayu's case, it is not protected. Prahlad's case, it is protected. In the case of Bali Maharaj, the Lord gives everything. Of course, he snatches away everything, and then he gives also everything. And then he also becomes his doorkeeper also. So that Lord actually takes away. In one sense, actually takes away. Because there, Bali Maharaj, his faith did not get wavered when the Lord took away everything. In fact, before only he came to know that Vikracharya told, he alarmed. Now he has come. He is actually none other than Vishnu only. And he is going to take away everything from him. Before only he said, Vikracharya told. He warned him. But in spite of that warning, our Bali Maharaj was fully convinced. What is the right thing? Because he's Lord Vishnu. And ultimately, I should offer everything to Lord Vishnu. So what's the problem? So he was knowing that he's going to become bankrupt. Everything will go. Still, he took the side of Lord Vishnu. So he even rejected his own guru, his Kul Guru, Shukracharya. He was willing to even reject his guru for the sake of Krishna, for the sake of surrendering to Krishna. So, but when we see, so here the Lord took away everything from Bali. And in the case of Sudama Brahman, what he did? The Lord gave him so much better. So you can see Lord may do different things to different devotees. Different devotees, may undergo different kinds of situations by the Lord. But all the devotees are protected by the Lord. So what is that protection? What we are talking about protection? We are talking about the protection. Because we are talking about the protection of the body, protecting the prestige of the devotee, or protecting the soul of the devotee. What exactly is the protection? What do you mean by protection? Because sometimes some devotee may have challenges with the health. Sometimes some devotee may have some legal issues going on. Some devotee may have certain difficulties, so much put by mind. So many things may go on the devotee life. Sometimes the devotee may lose his near and dear one. Sometimes he may have loss of wealth. So all these things may happen in a devotee's life also. Then why is then how we say that still the Lord is always protecting the devotee? How we understand it? The Lord is always protecting the devotee. So what Lord, the Lord's protection is what? Actually, Lord is always protecting in terms of He will always do to the devotee to help him come back to Him, to uplift him, to actually bring him back home to God. So this is the protection of the Lord for a devotee. So with different things, what Lord may do, ultimately the Lord is trying to help the devotee to come back. So this is the protection of the devotee. So this Lord assures. Name Bhakta Punishari. How this begins? Vansya Prasidani Name Bhakta Punishari. So my devotee will never perish. That means what? That means the Lord is going to take the devotee back to Him. That is the determination of the Lord. So for doing that, Lord may make different arrangements in the life. So this devotee should have firm faith. Because many times you see, when we are able to perceive the reciprocation of the Lord in some tangible way, then we may say, I will surrender. Like sometimes some people, come to the, like I see sometimes when I worship, then I ask, if you have come to temple from this college, so no, I'm not in college, I have passed out. Then I asked, so how did you come? Do you come often? He said, no, I came after a long time, so I got job. And before also this fellow had come for darshan and he has asked for job. And now he has got job. So before, when job was not there, he came. And because he got job, so now he got paid. Yes, Lord exists. So before he did not have job, he came to the Lord. It was trying. Let's see. And he prayed to the Lord, whatever. And then he got job. Then he is coming back. If he would have not got job, maybe he would have not come back. Could be. Or he might have come for some time. Transaction. Something like that. So the point is that when there is a reciprocation seen by our own ways, by our own means, what we think as a reciprocation, then we think that, okay, now I can surrender to this. So that the thing is that it's called conditional surrender, as you said, transaction, conditional surrender. Even in the spiritual sense also, oh, if I get taste in the holy name, then only I will chant. Prabhu, I got taste nahi aa raha, I am not getting taste, so I will not chant. I reduce my round, like that. Or Prabhu, I am not getting taste in book distribution. I go for book distribution, people don't take books only. So I'm not getting taste. So I'll go back. I'll pack up the whole bag. Let us pack up everything, Prabhu, and go back. Because nobody is hearing, and I'm getting frustrated. What Lord is doing? Lord is not reciprocating with it. One may just pack up everything and come back. Same Harinam Sankirtan, we were going, people not even looking at us, Prabhu. And I'm also not getting excited. In fact, I am getting more disturbed only. So neither I am feeling ecstasy, nor the people are looking. And then what I'm doing here? So why to do Harinam at all? Just come back. So sometimes, so the point is that we may not see the reciprocation of the Lord in our own terms. Sometimes, we may think, oh, Lord is not reciprocating. So why should I surrender? So it becomes a challenge to surrender. When the reciprocation is there, like yesterday when me and Dheeraj went to book table, immediately one person came in some time only. Sometime one person came and he gave $50 and took one set. So it was like encouragement of the Lord. Okay, Lord is reciprocating, so let us stay. So, but the test would be that for next 2 hours, suppose nobody takes the book, still will Raghava Das and Dheeraj will stay there. That's the real test of the surrender. The surrender is tested when there is no much reciprocation in our terms. That is real trend. Actually, when Prabhupada also came, actually Prabhupada was trying so much. You see, 40 years of preparation. Prabhupada tried so much, but not much success Prabhupada was getting. In fact, Radha Shambhu gives one class also. He says the different failures which Prabhupada encountered, one after another, when he was trying to preach in West. I'm talking in terms of when like 1960s, when Prabhupada was doing a lot. He was trying a lot. He was writing letter to Lal Bahadur Shastri. He was writing letter to Indira Gandhi. There was one Mukti Das Brahmachari. He was ready to come to Prabhupada and says, Prabhupada also trying God will us to come. So many ways, so many things. But Prabhupada was getting defeat one after another. Printing press was getting stolen. So many things. Prabhupada was getting one after in a series. So many defeats. So apparently, any other person, any ordinary person will say, "Oh, Krishna is reciprocating. I'm trying to serve my guru." But what is happening, bro? What is happening? I'm trying to serve my guru and see this is what is happening. Krishna not helping me. And even after Prabhupada came to West also, it was not like everything went so smooth. Prabhupada is training here also. After practically 1 year or practically no result. Apparently, hardly there was any result. But Prabhupada, he continued. So this is the real faith. This kind of faith a devotee has. That the Lord is always going to offer me the protection and help for my deliverance. So even though we may not find any reciprocation, still I'll continue performing my devotion. I'll go on performing my devotional service, even though I'm apparently I may not be feeling the reciprocation. So this is unconditional surrender. Knowing that Krishna is being supreme friend, supreme well-wishing friend, and Krishna being supreme benefactor of mine, so he will surely, take care of me. He will protect me in all possible. Because that is his determination to deliver me. So let me just, go on performing duty. Even though I may not be apparently getting some kind of reciprocation in my own time. So this is the hallmark of a devotee. That he will always continue his devotional service, even though he may be put into so many obstacles, troubles, challenges may be there. So there is a nice story, in this Bible. So there was one person. Muktandu, do you know that story of Job, who was put to so many tests by Saturn? Oh, yeah. Can you narrate the story if you know? No, it's if your devotees follow you when things are good, but if I down or test someone really severely, they still follow you, you still have faith in you. So God, you can test so every misery and can't but every and all this money faith is telling you just have to get the main point of the story was faithful and anyway, the point is you improve the devil. One factor heard is you say my faithful devotee is always faithful. So even though the Joe was losing everything, so he was not able to understand why Lord is doing. Actually, he was complaining to them. At one point of time, it was written that he was complaining. But he was not complaining about God to anybody else. He was complaining to God only. Because he had faith in God. So he was asking God, why you are doing like this to me? So he had faith. He had faith in the Lord. So then Lord actually spoke to him. Lord said that, actually, I am the supreme person. And I do what I do. I know what I'm doing. So you don't have to ask me why I'm doing what I'm doing, why I'm doing. No, I'm absolute person. I'm supreme person. I do what I do. So that way he says, and the Joe was satisfied. Joe understood. Yeah, he's the supreme person. He's my well-wisher. So it's fine. And he went on it like that. So he continued to be faithful to the Lord. So this is the very amazing thing about devotee. So being faithful, even though there is no apparent reciprocation, rather sometimes there are more troubles, more misery sometimes maybe apparently there. So still remaining faithful. So this kind of faith we need to cultivate. This is what is required in our Krishna consciousness to develop that kind of faith. So cultivate that faith that Krishna is always my protector. He will always protect me. And so Krishna will do everything for uplifting me, for making me closer to him, helping me to get delivered from the cycle of birth and death. So this kind of protection, this kind of faith in God's protection. Whatever he's going to do, but ultimately Lord will take me closer to him. Sometimes even death may be there for a devotee. But that death does not take the devotee away from him. The death may actually take him further. Like once one Muslim devotee during Prabhupada's time. So he got initiated and everything. And then he was practicing. And after some time, what happened? He met an accident and died. Something happened. Like he died. I think accident happened. And then they were asking Prabhupada, he was such a sincere devotee. Why did he have to leave the body? Then Prabhupada gave a clarification. Prabhupada said, see, he was actually coming from Muslim background. So for him to perform devotional service could have been very, very difficult. So sometimes Krishna may apparently he may remove that devotee from that situation, put in another situation, which may be more favorable. So we may not understand sometimes why Krishna is doing what he is. We may not, but Krishna must have favored him. That way. Death is also only a way to go back. Yeah, but apparently sometimes you may not understand. Like untimely death may come. Like there was one plane crash, Nepal. When there were some devotees going to Muktinath. There are so many devotees. The plane crashed and so many devotees died. So there was a big blow on the faith of devotees. How can Krishna be so cruel? People may get this kind of doubt. Because there was a small girl also. Girl was there, Matajis were there, Prabhuji was there, so many died on one go. So sometimes it may, really have a big blow. How can Krishna be so cruel? Actually, if you see in Bhagavatam also, many times when death is described, it's not sometimes very, easy way. Like, see Parikshit Maharaj also, how he died. The snake bird coming and fighting. So it is very terrible in one sense. Vritrasura's death, what kind of death? Of course, he has a demon's body, and Indra is killing, and his hand is cut and all that. So sometimes you find the kind of death, it may not apparently look like it's a very auspicious death. Sometimes, even Bhagavatam also you find. Any other death where it's very not auspicious. For that matter, Krishna also getting that hit from the arrow and Krishna leaving the body. People misunderstand that. People think that Krishna has left the body. So just like the Lord's appearance and disappearance is transcendental, same way that this devotees also, it's actually under the protection of them. So apparently it may look like the death may be very inauspicious, untimely. This thing happened like Bhishma Dev also lying on the bed of the arrows. It will be very painful. No? What kind of painful death? Right? It's kind of painful that nobody should get. You may pray like this after seeing the Bhishma Dev passing away. So painful. So because we always think in terms of goody, okay, this person died, very nicely he died peacefully, laughing, smilingly, something. We may have some this kind of idea, but in Bhagavatam you find it's not always like so many, like very traumatic way of leaving the body of like Parikshit Maharaj. So Abhimanyu died, in the battlefield. So, but still Lord is protecting. When we get yes, the death is a way to go back to God, the stepping stone. But I'm saying common man gets bewildered. No? Some untimely death happens, some traumatic way somebody leaves the body, make it bewildered. So having that, so this is required to cultivate that kind of faith in the Lord. That Lord is always going to help me to come closer to. Even though there may be death, but it's going closer to. So once one devotee gave a nice example. He was telling like sometimes death is there. So death is like just like government sometimes may take one person from one particular place and he may transfer it to another place. Government job, it happens. person is transported from one place to another place. So all the people on that place may start crying, what is this? Government is so cruel. Uska ghar bhi chala gaya. He lost his home, he lost his people, all the neighbors, everybody he lost. He lost all the facilities and he is gone. Some people dies and he's gone. But he doesn't know the further picture that he has gone, but he has gone to another bungalow, which is much bigger, which is much, more intimately he's going to serve the government because he got promotion. They may not know. I mean, in the case of government, we may understand. But in the general case, people may not understand. So this is also, so this is actually a favor of the government. So death may be seen as being cruel, Lord being cruel, but actually the Lord is not cruel. The Lord may actually take him more further closer to him. So this is, so this we can understand with this example. So sometimes death is seen as some kind of cruelty, but it may not be cruel. Like Jatayu, it may look very cruel. The Ravana is fighting with Ravana, and he actually practically got defeated. Apparently, it's defeat, big defeat. But actually, he is ascending to the kingdom of God. He got the samskara done by the Lord himself, and then he was also given he ascended to the abode of the Lord. So this kind of faith we need to cultivate. That Lord is my supreme protector, and the sufferings what we may get also is like a pinch of the Lord, the pinch of the Lord to help me to go closer to uplift. So having this kind of attitude towards suffering also, the miseries and sufferings what the devotee may encounter in life is actually a pinch. So like I was sharing on, the miseries are wake up calls for us to take shelter of. The wake up call, wake up. So it is good that suffering is coming or misery is coming, is that it is good. That's why those are very advanced devotees like Kunti Maran, they are praying, oh Lord, please send me more misery, more suffering, because that way I can take your shelter more. And when I take your shelter, then what is the problem? Then I'm freed from everything, all the troubles and all anxieties I am for. But I don't have to again see this material existence in it. But then I'm with you, I'm in supreme bliss. So and we see that actually Lord is all controller. Like I said, Lord is all good and is all powerful also. So this Joe, he had this, when Lord said that I am actually, I'm the supreme person and I do what I do. So when he said this, so Joe had got that faith. Oh, Lord is actually, yes, he's all powerful. The Lord can do anything. So it is not that, Lord, and Lord is all knower also. He knows everything. And he can do anything also. Everything is in his hand. He's the supreme controller. So, like we see this person that Radhana section also, so that it will come that even if the parents are trying to protect the child, but if the Lord is not favoring, if the Lord's sanction is not there, so they cannot protect. Same way the medicines may not work. If the Lord is not sanctioning, the medicine may not work. So actually, everything is in Lord's hand also. So like somebody may be our well-wisher, but he may not be all potent to help us. So we may still doubt. We may not be having that peace and become very anxiety driven. But here the Lord is all powerful also. So he can do anything. He can enter in when he's in the heart of anyone, he can change the mind of anyone. He's there as a super soul in the heart of every living. And he is the controller of the material nature. The Lord can make any arrangement, any time. So everything is within the control of the Lord. So one need not have that anxiety that what will happen to me? What will happen? Like sometimes like when Prabhupada was taking these stories, and then there was some bomb blast happened. And the Prabhupada was, many disciples, they got frightened. What is going to happen? We may die or something. And Prabhupada was very peaceful. Prabhupada said, see, we are performing devotional service. I'm in Kacharis for Krishna. So now if I, bomb, Krishna manifests now in the form of bomb blast. So we die and we go our home, eternal home, Goloka, because we are serving Krishna. We'll go there and we'll serve Krishna. We'll continue to serve Krishna. And if suppose, the bomb blast doesn't affect us, we continue our devotional service here. So how does it matter? Like, because Krishna is completely in control. So the devotee, that's why he becomes peaceful. When Krishna is completely in control, then why he has to worry at all? He is completely in control. And he's all good also. He's all compassionate also. His only determination is to deliver us. And he wants to uplift us. He wants to reclaim us back from God. So that's why devotee can peacefully perform devotion, no matter what happens. You getting this point? Devotee can peacefully perform. So that peacefully performance of devotion service is possible only when the devotee has this kind of faith in Krishna. So having disconnected. Yes. So and how this kind of faith is developed is also very important. So many things are told, but one of the very vital thing how we get faith is actually we receive faith in Guru Parama. So faith is actually a grace of the Lord, which we receive through Guru Parama. So especially, actually that we hear we understand this in Father Kandamuni that actually the Bhakti Devi, how the Bhakti comes to any person through a Bhakta, to a devotee only. So this department of distributing mercy of the Lord, the faith, is actually with devotees. So, so the superior devotees and advanced devotees, when they speak, so actually what they give when they're speaking and when you're hearing, essentially what you're getting is faith. So their consciousness, their faith in Krishna's protection gets transferred from their heart to our. So this is one of the very important thing to understand, that by hearing from Guru Parampara, we can actually receive. That's why it is very important for us to regularly receive the transcendental message from pure source, from which a master, very, very important. Because we submissively hear from them, then secretly the faith will come. You may not sometimes understand. Our human reasoning may fail to understand how it is. But if you regularly and faithfully hear means to continue hearing that, then what happens is you secretly develop that. So we may get information, but information is not information you can get from many other things. You can read many. But what is the most important community? What advanced devotees give us is faith. Sometimes you find also very advanced devotees. Sometimes they may not speak very charismatic. They may not speak sometimes. Like they may speak simple things. So you're not the body or soul. Goal of life is Rati and Krishna Prema. And 2,000 times I have given lectures also on this thing. What new? Somebody may think like, but what happens is because they're speaking this with deep faith, the deep conviction, so that bhakti shakti from their heart, which carries that faith and that kind of conviction, it only gets transferred from their heart to ours. If we submissively hear from them, honoring them, worshipping them, so then we can receive that faith in Guru Parama. So this is very important. So, like we all have this our sadhana. So there we have some hours of hearing Prabhupada, spiritual master, senior. Very good. So at least we can focus on some quantity and then keep working on quality. But if we don't have any kind of regulation in hearing, then we may not hear on. And then what happens? Then we'll find that our faith is also not developed. So if the regular shravanam is not happening, then very likely we will not develop faith. Suddenly we will not develop faith. From nowhere the faith will come, from sky to come, it will fall upon. It won't happen. So we have to do some homework for which we allow ourselves to develop faith. So we have to show that eagerness to Krishna. I want to practice. So I lack faith to practice. Develop faith. Show. Let me hear. We have a regular Shravanam. That's why I was telling to one devotee, if we want to take, because we may have some anxiety in the sense some duty to perform. But it should not happen of the tea, whatever. It also may be important because when we live in this, so it's okay. But the point is that our Krishna consciousness responsibility is the topmost responsibility, because the most important thing for every living entity is to actually help himself to take the help of the Lord to go back home. But this is the first responsibility of every divinity. If you see, the ultimate duty for every divinity is what? Is that it's not anything else than Krishna consciousness. The first thing, first responsibility. So when we have some kind of heavy responsibility coming up, it may be also important within the purview of Krishna consciousness. But it should not be so overwhelming that our Shravanam Kirtanam program is completely has become zero. That should not happen like that. You understand? So we may kind of make some program which may be like not the way we could have done when we have some more favorable materials. But we cannot tolerate to become like zero. And I will just completely say wait to Krishna, and I'll just engage myself in my very important material duties, and I'll come back to Krishna after some time. No, it doesn't work like that. So we have to have some kind of program. So I was telling that we should can have something like at least 15 minutes of hearing, 20 minutes of hearing, something like that. Radhasham would tell me many times, these boys are not coming for half an hour, make it 15 minutes. And I think I'm ready to make for 5 minutes also. We'll make for 5 minutes. Let them come for 5 minutes. Because if 5 minutes they hear regularly, that 5 minutes, 5 minutes, 5 minutes, 5 minutes, 5 minutes, it will become a lot. 5 minutes every day becomes how much? In a week it becomes 35 minutes. In a month it becomes how much? In a month, how much? How many hours? And in a year, how much it becomes? See, it's a big thing. 25 hours of Shavana. So much of you can hear, you can get the grace of Guru. So you're getting something. Like if you see, sometimes you put a bucket in the bathroom, the one drop comes, tough, tough, one drop may fall. So you may get frustrated. What is this? Nothing is happening. Only tough, nothing is happening. I cannot take bath also. Because we have nice, we get all the water. But in India it happens sometimes. In India it happens sometimes. You just go the tap only comes. But if you see, if you know that this is how the tap works here, so you may put the tap in the night, sleep peacefully, next day bucket is full. You can take nice bath. Correct? No? So this tap, is important because that little also eventually will, what will happen? The whole bucket will be. So same way we actually, if we do our this consistent endeavor in our hearing, so then that gradually little it adds to our that faith is developed. But if you don't hear only, if you don't connect to that source of faith, that is the grace of Guru Parampara, then how can you expect to develop faith? How can you expect? How suddenly faith will come? Because so many people are getting so many troubles in this world. So many miseries they are getting. There's so many people doing so much of their duties in a very responsible way. So many things. People are doing all varieties of things. So what is the difference between a devotee and the person who is not a devotee? What is the difference? What is the difference? Okay, what else? Okay, in his activities, I'm saying, in his daily activities. Yeah, there is some kind of connection with Krishna, correct? So chanting the holy name of the Lord, hearing about the Lord. Something is there, no? Some seva, correct? Something is there, correct? Something is there, no? So, like if I tell Sagar Prabhu, so now your marriage is fixed. So now only 5 days are remaining. Sagar Prabhu will say, okay, Prabhu, marriage के बाद जब करें, करेक्ट? वही बहुत सेवा करना है. क्या करोगे सागर प्रभु? What will you do? वो उसमें तो 72 करूँगा. That's intelligent dude. That's good. Yeah. Actually, yes, that's true. I have heard some devotees giving lecture in their marriage. They had programs and they were calling, "Hey, come, no, you have to get married." So no, wait, some more, anyway, more questions. So this is very spirited. The point is that devotee will not just say that okay, I will not have anything to do. Not like that. So we should have something to connect because that's how we keep receiving your regular dose. Like do we take break from our food? प्रभु मेरे को बहुत आ गया है quantity. Next 10 days I'm not going to eat. Some yogis may do that sometimes, but we are not like that. No? We cannot do this. Correct? No? We cannot do that. I'll not eat only now. I'll not eat. I'll not fast food. I'll simply, keep doing this my work. Like that day, I thought I'll read continuously, how to come for many hours. But still, I had to go for, responding to call of nature, to go for passing water many times, 3, 4 times, and drinking water. In between, Prasadam came, Prasadam also came. So that we cannot avoid. The thing is, we cannot avoid only. Even if you want to do continuously, these things you have to anyway attend. You cannot avoid. Correct? So some things we cannot avoid only in life. It's forceful on, forced on, like eating, sleeping. Can you avoid sleeping? You have so much of anxiety. I cannot sleep only. Then you will become ghost only. You will become anxiety for others. What has happened to Prabhu? No, you have to do that. You cannot. So when it comes to Krishna consciousness also, it is required. It's our need. We cannot avoid our need. And if you don't understand that need, that means you're not understanding the human form of life is meant for what it is meant for. So there is a clear difference between a devotee and non-devotee. So we may be coming, we might have become devotees, but still carry that aesthetic mentality. We may still carry that karmi mentality. We may please, I can go on without Krishna. I can go on in my life without Krishna. That means I can go in my life without hearing, chanting, reading. I don't. It's okay. Krishna is there. I can go right now. I can go. So not possible. We need Krishna all the time. We need Krishna's grace all the time. And to able to see Krishna's grace in a tangible way in our life, we need the grace of Guru. We need to connect to Guru. That's our need. Like Brahmaji also, when he gets up in the morning, the first thing what he does, who will? What the first thing? So I go Premanand. But Brahmaji actually first does, he actually meditates on the Lord. Every time. Every day. Like in Bhagavatam describes, Brahmaji does austerities, tapasya, meditates on the Lord. It's not only one day. Every day when he gets up, he first meditates. And then he gets the grace of the Lord and he gets all the direction to the creation. But he does his duty every day. So my spiritual master is telling that same way devotee when he gets up early in the morning, the first thing he does, he intensely chants the holy name because he wants to connect to the Lord. Because if I don't connect to the Lord, where will I get the strength from? How will I receive the grace of Krishna? Do I need grace of Krishna or not? We need the grace of Krishna to be able to do anything in our life. So that's how a devotee will seriously try to connect to the Lord. And then he will, also want to do some hearing. So these are some very important and potent ways of connecting to Krishna. Our Rupa Swami Pada told 5 things. Yes. What are the 5? Bhagavata Shravan, Nam Sankirtan, chanting the holy name of the Lord. Mathura Vas, that is temple. Coming to temple. The temple every day should be there. Then what else? Sri Murti Sevan. So when we come and sing for the praise of the Lord, so we were not able to go to the altar worship all the time. But at least you come and take darshan, you offer obeisances. That also is included in Pancharamrita. So the offering obeisances to the Lord, you're offering prayer. That is also. Then what else? Murti Sevan. Association of devotees. Coming to the association of devotees. Not like, I'm chanting in my room only. Very bored. Not like. So this is the important thing. So we have to follow the acharya. Nothing, it's like some sky we have to get some, thing, what I should follow the acharya. Acharyas have told very clearly what to do. There are 5, like 64. Among them, these 5 are the most. 5 things should be done. And that is the most powerful way to connect to Krishna. So we all need that connection. We don't connect to Krishna, faith won't be developed. That's why you find sometimes devotee may pass so many years, but the faith is very weak. And because faith is weak, that's why surrender is not. That's why wholehearted surrender is not. Because a lot of fear is. How can I, give myself? How can I increase my round? Like that. Like one devotee is there. So he was like, it's 1 year younger to me. He's a gold medalist from NIT Varanasi. So he shifted to voice, went back because of his studies. Because मेरा studies बचा है, studies. Okay, ठीक है, studies हो गया, gold medal मिल गया. Prabhu now increased the round. So then he, he went back to his hometown and all, and he got some big job. No, Prabhu, job is there. Out of some initial period of okay, fine, Prabhu. Next one. So after that, so he was still thinking whether trying or Anyway, he got married. After that, nothing wrong with that. But the thing is that After that, he still did not increase it. So sometimes he would increase and again come back. It's like he never consistently chanted 16 now. So I'd always carefully observe in his life, "Arey, this fellow is always has something to say. He's not able to chant because there is something always there in him." And then he says, now child is now. So I'd sometimes randomly call, "Hey, Prabhu, how is your life going on? How many rounds are you chanting?" "Prabhu, 8 rounds only chanting." "Arey, what is happening, Prabhu, in your life?" "Prabhu, what to do, bro? My child is sick. I do so many times to take doctor only." "Okay, okay, fine." And then the next one, again I call. "So, did you, how many rounds are you chanting?" "That means 8 rounds." "Why not chanting 16 rounds?" "Prabhu, I took a course by mistake and that course is so demanding. That's why I'm not able to chant 16 rounds." Like so many reasons were coming up. So, so one the thing, but I could clearly see he did not sign up with any kind of regular program. He's not having anybody whom he can hear regular basis. So he's not taking up that. You understand? He's not taking up those procedures, the method of devotional service in his life. So that's why faith is not developing on. So like sometimes you find a child has grown big, but he doesn't have much nutrition, no much strength in the body. He's very weak. But somebody who is regularly going to gym and taking nice food, all nutritious items, little he may be doing every day. But you find he has so much of strength, so much of energy. He can have mock fight with people and he can defeat the person. Understand? Like that when there is proper disciple, 70 years, so he is very strong. He was feeling like this kind of stress. So his all these things were visible. He's very strong. Then I went to him, I told him, let us have mock fight. He was mocking at me. So I was just joking with him. But the point is that he is such a advanced 70 years old. But he said, Prabhu, from 13 years or something, saying I am practicing this, taking proper diet and going to the exercise and whatever he's doing consistent. You can see at the age of 70 also is so strong. So saying that a devotee who very faithfully performs in devotional service, you will see eventually his faith increases. Faith increases and his surrender will increase. And he'll take more responsibility. And he'll become more blissful, he'll become more ecstatic. Right? So, but those who don't do that, they'll always life will throw so many stuff. Everybody is struggling, and that unfortunately, the devotee also because he's not developing his faith. He's not doing anything to develop his faith in his mind. That is the problem. So that's why it's important. Actually, this also told the faith is created by reading scriptures. Because hearing from Guru Parampara and Guru Parampara also offers us. The Prabhupada has given so many. When you reach the Prabhupada, your faith will be boosted. Because Prabhupada has written these books with so much of deep convictions. So especially the Prabhupada and such a deep conviction he has written this. In fact, Prabhupada says, I have not written, Krishna has written that. You directly hear Krishna's word. So like one boy was telling, oh, there are Krishna's words, Prabhu, Krishna's word. Bhagavad Gita, I want to read Bhagavad Gita, Krishna's word. That was clicking to me, very nice. Krishna's word. Like that I should see. Like I'm reading Uddhav Gita in 11th canto. Sri Bhagavan Vata. So many verses Krishna only speaks. So when you think, no, the Lord is speaking for my benefit. So you feel like, some kind of, what is it, goosebumps, I know Lord is speaking. Suppose some Lord comes to Radha Gopi will come and he says, Sagar Prabhu, whatever, 4 lines he says. Then Sagar Prabhu will have goosebumps. Hare Gopi Vallabh spoke to me. Prabhu, Prabhu, what did he speak? Prabhu, he spoke this. And he has spoken all this in Bhagavatam. I read every day, Prabhu. If I say, that is okay, that is written. That is written, Prabhu, but his person is spoken. The person is spoken and it is recorded. So we have to take it personally. We are not taking it personally. So some devotees get goosebumps. They have such great respect for Shastra. So Krishna's word, Acharya's word, they will have such a great respect. And they'll take it that. So by reading Bhagavatam, by reading Prabhupada's you can also develop deep faith, a lot of faith. So hearing Prabhupada lectures Shravanam, and then it's also Shravanam only. Because when you read the scriptures, they are very potent. But actually coming from Acharyas, coming from the Lord, reading that faith can be boosted again. Same way, faith can be boosted by chanting the holy name of the Lord. Also, I think Prabhupada writes in another. So by sincerely taking shelter of the holy name, also holy name also can avoid it. Because you're chanting the holy name under the guidance of Acharyas, Guru Parampara. So by sincere service to holy name also can avoid. take shelter of the holy name of faith. Faith also develops by service to get. So you serve the devotees, and by serving, so you hear, and then by having that knowledge, you just don't keep theoretical knowledge. You also serve by the knowledge and serve, and by service, the devotees become peace. When the great souls are peace, then because they are peace, then you get realization, and then faith is also developed. That way also can develop. And when that faith comes, then determination automatically. So, and also faith is created in association of devotees. So what writes in Gita also. Faith is created in the association of devotees. So simply associate with devotees. You can develop sometimes deep faith. We just come and talk to some devotees, and you can see that just by talking to them, you develop such deep faith in certain things, because there's some words can just give you a deep kind of conviction. Like Prabhupada would have sometimes room conversations. So even now we can have. Like sometimes I speak to some devotees. I find that after talking, faith is boosted. I found it many times. Sometimes I've spoken to Prabhu. Sometimes like once he was saying that, what is this death? We have given up our body millions and millions of times. What is so great? Why should why should we have any kind of fear in giving the body? We have done it thousands of times. Like we have, we have gone to washroom and passed through so many times. We have sneezed so many times. Correct? We have walked the highway so many times, even though there may be so many cars and all going on. So nothing new about it, right? Fine. Same way we have given our body also so many times. So why should have too much of some kind of too much of fear or something? We have given up it so many times. What is most important is now you invest your time in Krishna. It will come and it has to come. So that is like just simple words, but it can boost your faith. So just by just coming in association of devotees, hearing from devotees, or reading Prabhupada books together. It's very important to also read together. Sometimes we may say, okay, Prabhu, I read every day, 10 minutes, 15 minutes on my own. But I'll tell you, if you read with your friend or read with some senior devotee, it has a big difference. Like Radheshambu was talking a lot for all of you read with your friend. But we have so many times. Actually, everybody should have friends whom we can read Bhagavatam together. Very, very important. We should not become like a lonely fellow in our Krishna consciousness has to be released in association of it. It should not be like, I sit on my own, I mean, some peak of the pyramid, I am there, my this flat or this room or this thing. No, we should actually try as much as possible to perform devotional service together also. We can do chanting, we can do reading separately, sometimes fine, but we should not lose our eagerness to come together and discuss Krishna Katha, share our realizations, discuss the points. We should do that. That is also very, very important. So Muktavan was sharing that in early days of Krishna consciousness when Prabhupada's time, devotees is so much at peak of their, reading, hearing, spontaneously they would discuss the points. They would say, I read this, and they would share. I heard this, they would share. Then go for, okay, I went for Krishna, this was experience, then they would share. And that's how they would relish in Krishna consciousness. So our relish of Krishna consciousness will increase. Our faith will be boosted if we actually create this kind of culture of Kavanam, Kirtanam, and sharing. We have to keep sharing this. That's why coming together is very important. If you just come together now and you do it, you're strengthening. Yesterday when I went for book distribution, Dheeraj was and I was thinking, my Lord, because he is there, so many books are going. Cut books are going, one after another. I was telling him, Prabhu, alone I go. Hardly sometimes, some, yesterday some around $150 something we got it. Around 150, 142 something. But generally I go, it's like maybe 45 or something like that. I don't know, something like around. But recently, before sometimes it come over. But recently when I saw, but yesterday Prabhu came, cut increase. And so many books went. And people are just like coming only. They're coming and taking, give me Gita, give me Star. Like this is going like that. One after another. Some people will come. I'm interested. Then I was thinking that, how it is. So actually, Dheeraj Prabhu may say, I did not do anything. I was only family. You only did. He may say all. Ask him. But the point is, just by his presence, you actually get strength. The devotional strength is increased. It increases. Why it increases? Because when we come together, he's also endeavoring and trying to please Prabhupada. I'm also having some intentions. So it actually gives the energy, the devotional energy gets. So Sangha Shakti Kali. So it is very important to come together. All of us should have some friends whom we can actually come together and read. We should have some services to perform together. It's very good. Kind of. So in our voice also we do like that. Sometimes we have some extra. Some other devotee have extra. Come together and chant extra. You can have one option is I'll sit at my secluded place. You sit in your secluded place. We'll just stand. But if you come together, energy is devotion energy. That's why faith is created in association of devotion. And at least I have also experienced many times because we also read. Me and Mansha, both of us have our friends. We read, Prabhupada, also read. We have every day. Every day. So we have 2 days in a week. Prabhupada every day. Every day he gets up, whatever. Then he has reading with his friends. So I have 2 days. So before I was sometimes not able to do. Now I'm trying to make the right title because I want to give the try. So I have those friends of mine. They were my, we are sharing the same room and we are going Harinam together. And they're very close. So I want to keep the friendship. And the friendship is kept how? Based on Krishna. And it's not like, only online I can have friends here also. So I should have, some friends here where I can read together. Like I was then they asking, we should have reading together. Come and sit together and read. Because this is the life. This only will give us success. This only will give us happiness. Come together and glorify Krishna. Discuss some Krishna. This is very wonderful. So faith is getting an association of devotees. I was saying when we do this kind of discussion with friends, I have clearly seen the kind of deepening of understanding you get, deep understanding you get of the same scriptures is very amazing. And sometimes some of our friends share such wonderful things, deep points they share. And that's very, very amazing. Like he was sharing one while going through about the conversation between Radhanath Maharaj and Jayapadaka Maharaj. So Radhanath Maharaj was glorifying Jayapadaka Swami Maharaj about Jayapadaka Maharaj asked, what do you think about the world situation? And then Radhanath Maharaj says, that, Maharaj, your katha, your Dwar katha, Nitan katha is the only hope. And then he was talking about the dacoit passing. Maharaj said, yeah. Then he said that even though sometimes they're not willing, like those dacoits, the dacoits, they were wanting to steal the Nityan Prabhu's ornament. And then in the course of that, Nityan Prabhu gave them mercy. So he's saying this is the hope, because sometimes we will not be willing, people are not willing, but because Nityan Prabhu's determination is there to give mercy. So that is the only hope. So I have heard that past time by Jayapadaka Swami Maharaj. I was there in the. But when I heard this conversation, it was very lively. And that gave much deeper impression in my mind. So sometimes they will speak something which actually goes more deep. Because we are hearing from the realization, we are hearing their realization. Because Krishna is giving realization to every individual. Like Sagar who is getting some realization, some faith. You are getting under some realization. All devotees they are getting. When we come together, we share our realization, we share our faith. Then it gets collected. Then you get benefited by all. So then it is very nice. Like that verse, we all can read that verse. Parasparanu Kathanam. You can read that. Then you can conclude that. The signs of but it's very nice verse. You know the verse. Anybody knows? Ah, I got it. Right. I got it too. So see what he says. One should learn how to associate with the devotees of the Lord by gathering with them. Gather and associate with devotees to chant the glories of the Lord. This process is most purifying. As devotees thus develop their loving friendship. So like I developed some friendship with Dheeraj too. Because we went together and we were all alone. We were trying to distribute Prabhupada's book when nobody was interested. Correct? But still people came, somebody showing. So we were like, we were thinking, what to do. He was asking, what to do. I'm not feeling like how to approach. And then I was in a very crude way. I was trying to distribute. Then we had some combination. What he would do, he'll stop people. He was good in them, and then I would just take the book and I'll jump over. Correct? So we got some kind of bonding. We got some friendship because we were able to help each other in distributing property. So it was very nice. Like Krishna and Sudama, they went to jungle to fetch the fuel for. So that's how they developed these. When we have, that's why it is very important to go for the mission. Like when you go out for Harinam together, when you go out for Buddhist together, so that develops deep friendship because you will feel helpless. There are nobody. Then you find okay, there are devotees, they are my shelter. Then you understand I am having the shelter. Devotees are my shelter. Then you get more deep. It's very important to do some missionary activities, core missionary activities. Means book distribution, Harinam Sankirtan, going out and doing this kind of activities proper is very, very important. So when you do that, because in India also back in India, you'd have this Gita content and you have to go there. So we'd go in team of 4 5 people. And we would go to a new place where there is hardly, any acquaintances or we may not know many. It's a new place. We may not know the language also. And we are there. We make a base, and somehow we make arrangement of prasadam. Some prasadam is not there. We only have to cook. And then we have to somehow get the vehicle. I still remember when I went to Badlapur place. So we would actually do madhukari. We'd go to the shop and we'd beg for vegetables. We would give them Hare Krishna Mahamantra card and all that and say, please give something. We have to, offer to our Lord. Please give something. So 3 4, shops we would go and we'd get some vegetables. And then we'd go and literally we'd go. So we'd do many times. Not all the time. Sometimes we'd do that. And then somebody offered milk free. So like that you depend on Krishna. And dependence on Krishna with devotee. So you also become very dependent on devotees. Because you know that like one devotee would cook for us in the morning. And then after cooking, he would have come to help also in announcement. Suppose the devotee doesn't cook, then it becomes very difficult. So he cooks, then we are able to get our all things done. So that's how you become more grateful towards that devotee, that small team. That, and then then you see also how Krishna is sending different things, different people, and you become grateful like that. Krishna's and you understand that. So it's very nice to develop faith in Krishna and also become very grateful. Very good. So when you go out like this, for some missionaries, our faith in devotees and Krishna. So that's why in association we try to serve Krishna. Like some missionary activity we engaged in, and faith gets you'll see how Krishna protects different times. You see how Krishna makes arrangement. Like I went to one school, that person practically scolded. Said, like a dog. Like somebody will not chase the dog away. Like. He said, what did you study? Bogus. You don't know anything. Something like that. No, he spoke. He was a Muslim guy. He became so upset. That's why I was present. So I was there, another devotee was there. But we did not feel so bad, because we somehow did have a good sadhana, I think. We're not so disturbed. We are okay, fine. So it's very good because that way you see what is happening, in your Krishna consciousness. And then you see, and actually what happened in that school also books went. We made an announcement because the principal allowed us. Principal was I think Christian and the top person was Muslim. Some of the Christian fellow allowed, and the Muslim person became very upset later. But the people boys liked the announcement again, and then they wanted to. Then the Christian fellow somehow helped us to I think get the book. He told you just give me the book. Very interested. I will. So there also books went. So we were having ecstasy of even the books are going, no problem. Some obstacle came, but books are going. So no issues. So now tell me, if you have to get this strength to tolerate the insult of others on your own tongue, can you do that? Very. But here you had a mission. You have some association of devotees, right? And you try to do some service to Prabhupada. Automatically, you see your false ego is getting. Yeah. Which you could have never done that. You could have never tolerated this kind of heavy insult. But because there was a mission and there was protection of the devotees in association, we have sadhana. Like once one proper disciple was saying that some argument happened. Person was laughing. So one that proper disciple he took, I forgot the name. He took his hand and he was about like this. He was about to beat him. And then he said, "Hey, what is the use of your Krishna consciousness?" He said, "What is the use of your Krishna consciousness? You are still becoming so angry. You are about to beat me." Then he said, "This is the effect of." If I would have not been a devotee, if I had not been practicing Krishna consciousness, you would have not been able to speak by now. All your tools must have fallen already. So my twist is only this much now. That is because Krishna consciousness in effect. I have not broken your tooth. I will not show your teeth. So yeah, that's all. So the point is that no, you can get purification. Your ego can be purified. So all auspicious things can happen if you perform this. So he says, one should learn how to associate with the devotees of the Lord by gathering with them to chant the glories of the Lord. This process is most purifying. To come together, not become a lone practitioner of Krishna. In somehow in USA, this kind of sometimes people have this idea, I want my space. I want to have my space, So they want to perform in their space only, They'll go back to Goddard, they'll have their own space. Spaceship. Nobody should come in that. I will go on my own space. And in Switzerland also, give me space. Where is my space? Please give me. You don't have to get space. Be with devotees. With devotees only we perform devotional service. When devotee is studying in Switzerland, when you go, yeah, this is a loving mercy of the Lord. Yes. He's distributing the mercy. God the mercy and distributing. So, but we should not be like so much. We should be actually eager to associate with you. Come together. Radha Maharaj also glorified. Like I've seen Banwali Guru come. They come for prasadam. Come together. So I really like that. Come together. Take prasadam together. Maharaj also is there on that. Take devotion. Come together. Prasadam. The devotional service. Take together. This is also one of them. May not be possible all the time, but as much as possible, can together. Have some Krishna Katha together. Very nice. This should be our joy. That I am with devotees and I am performing. That should be our joy. So this process is most purifying. See, hear this very attentively. As devotees develop their loving friendship, they will feel mutual happiness and satisfaction. So when you come together, glorify the Lord, then real friendship will be done. Then real love and trust will be done. Then we'll give up seeing the fault in devotee. Because you will see him speaking Krishna Katha. You said, devotee is very sincere. I don't think this fellow must be lusty, this fellow must be bogus, this fellow must be, hypocrite, so many things, everything. But when we see that devotee speaking Krishna Katha and it's the sincerity he's speaking, he's practicing Krishna consciousness, then you develop it. Other than mind is always critical about it. In general, what generally we think about this is bad. Correct? That's our default condition. So we can actually appreciate devotees when we hear Krishna Katha. Then we can, and when you see their performance of devotional service, when you see them, when you hear from them, hear their hearts, desire to serve Krishna, that's how you develop appreciation. Right? That's how we are able to develop appreciation of Prabhupada. Because we have seen Prabhupada, we have heard Prabhupada. That's how you develop appreciation of Prabhupada. If you don't hear Prabhupada, if you don't read Prabhupada, how will you develop appreciation? Same way we have to hear from devotees. So that's why he's saying, as devotees develop their loving friendship, they feel mutual happiness and satisfaction. And then he says, and by thus encouraging one another, they are able to give up material gratification. Then giving up material gratification becomes easy, which is the cause of all suffering. Purport he says, according to Sridhar Swami, those who are advanced in Krishna consciousness should not envy one another or quarrel among themselves. Giving up all such mundane feelings, they should gather together. So there may be some, inertia, not to. That devotee, लड़ाकू है. That devotee प्रकल्प करता है. ये devotee, मैं किसी को बोल नहीं रहा हूँ. Randomly, don't think I am saying you this and you that. This devotee, busy fellow. Like that we may have some. I don't want. No, you should not. You should know that all these devotees are wonderful. Bring Krishna. There is really wonderful devotion. Like that. So we should give up all mundane feelings, not anything. Giving up kind of quarrel, conflict, come together and discuss it. So Amuglia would say, one of the way to dissolve envy is come to the Puja Kirtan or the Kirtan and we have dance in it. All envy will be. Friends deep friendship. This is his concern. That is true. The giving up all such mundane feelings, they should gather together and chant the glories of the Supreme Lord for mutual purification. The Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur has pointed out that glorification of the Supreme Lord is especially potent. See, who is potent this? Vishwanath Chakravarti. So he has said, one of the very powerful Acharya who has written the Pura. He says, glorification of the Lord is especially potent when performed in the association of pure devotees. Correct? So we don't have any pure devotees here. So we don't have to. And we should get some pure devotees. Then only will not. Who are pure devotees? Our Rupa Goswami Pada has told that pure devotional service, what we call, follow the path of pure devotion. Anya Vilashita Shunyam Jnana Karmadhyana. So there, the pure devotee can be a different. So we are all sadhaka pure because we are following the pure devotional path. We are not karmis, we are not jnanis in practice. We may have tendency, but in practice we are not karmi, we are not jnani, we are not yogi. What we are pure devotee. We have to yet mature to become more purified. But we are practicing the path of pure devotional service. That way we are pure. All the devotees in ISKCON, so they are following the path of pure devotional service. They are pure devotees. Getting now? They are sadhaka pure. Then you become bhava bhakta pure. Then you become prema bhakta. But they're all following the path of pure devotion. Correct? So we should know that devotees are sincere. Devotees are trying to serve. So let us try to come with. And that's why it says that especially potent when performed as a pure devotion. Like that. And there are sometimes very advanced devotees coming out. We should not fail to take them, come together with them and hear the glory. Like we had Yatra, so many Maharaj was there, Japtak Maharaj. Very nice. So yes, we have missed it. We can hear online over there. Very nice. When devotees engage in Sankirtan, chanting the glories of the Lord together, they experience, so here, when devotees engage in Sankirtan, chanting the glories of the Lord, they experience the highest transcendental bliss and satisfaction. Thus, they encourage one another to give up material sangat, which is based on illicit sexual connections with women. One devotee will say to another, "Oh, you have given up some gratification? Starting today, I shall also give it." This kind of deep determination will come. You see, faith will come, determination will come. So this is how it is. When it says, one should learn to increase one's love for the devotees, to satisfy them and to give up sense objects unfavorable to serving. And the love will increase first to come together and perform devotion. Like that. And one should learn to view the entire universe as a paraphernalia of God. By engaging the objects of the sense of Krishna's service, one automatically becomes detached from them. And as one passes one's days in the association of Lord's devotees, one's transcendental ecstasy increases more and more through discussions about the topics of Srimad Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita. Therefore, one who wants to be free from the harassment of Maya in the form of some gratification must constantly associate with pure devotees of the Lord who have no engagement other than chanting and hearing the glory of the Lord. And they're carrying out his mission on earth. So Mother Teresa has pointed out that just as one should cultivate friendship with devotees, one must cultivate a spirit of friendship toward the demigods also, who manage the universe on the Lord. Thus, one should live peacefully within this world. So one should be very eager for hearing. So what happens? Especially, see what happens when we are like say, a senior, and when we have some student, some so-called senior, and what happens? Then we will blah 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 speak something, and they will hear. Fine, good. That's why it's good to have friends. And also, even sometimes we may have some younger devotees. We should be willing to hear from. That is also very. Like when I was in voice, so there I remained kind of a senior, so-called, because all my seniors passed. I was feeling very, very bad. I was thinking, all my seniors, those who are like, I depend on them, and they're, always available for me, they're passing out. I was feeling like, Punya itam jagat sarvam kind of thing. Like I was coming to final year, or I was passing, I think I was passing out that day. And I was made project manager of my voice. So then I went to, the senior brahmachari. Prabhu, so he asked me what you feel. I told, I am the only person now. My friends also have gone, seniors also have gone, and I am the alone person here. So then he told me this, don't think like that. There's so many younger devotees. So if you put yourself in a mood that you want to learn from, you also associate, you hear from, then you'll also get that kind of. So this gave me a very good kind of impression and conviction that yes, and so we can always learn from you. There's so many devotees, have so many wonderful things to share. It's very important from hearing from them. So when we come together, we should try to hear from devotees also. Not like we are like, no, I'm there now, I'm sitting with all of you, and I only keep like what I'm saying. So we should also hear from you. That's why it is good to actually, so this is one of the way through friends. Because in friendship क्या होगा? ज़्यादा बोलोगे तो चुप कर देगा, हमको चुप करते हैं वो. We sit together, then our Varmali Govinda Prabhu says that. So now Raghava Prabhu will stop here. Now you can share. So it's very good because your tendency to just speaking and not hearing will be cut in front, and with seniors also. So what happens as you become senior, it may not be for all of you, I'm talking about myself. As we become more like seniors, like here, I don't have so many seniors the way I had in Pune. There are like so many were there. Anybody could have called me and given a lecture. There's so many, correct? There's so many. And every day we'd hear so many Bhagavatam classes. So what I'm saying is, so as we grow in seniority sometimes, we may lose that association of our equals and seniors sometimes. It's possible. Because seniors may be busy with their thing and equals also may get separated. They may also have their own responsibility. Correct? It may be difficult sometimes. So that's why it is important to endeavor to have some equal association also, to have our friends. And it is more for me because all of you already have some friends. But I'm saying that we also should make a priority where we have some friends where we discuss Krishna Katha. And they can correct us, they can share their realizations, they can tell their perspective, their angles. That kind of Sangha is very vital. Very, very vital. Because that we get. And also Sangha where are we hearing from our seniors. So we should have some kind of some seniors that we are regularly hearing from, taking their feedback, seeing, telling our progress and how we are improving, what we are doing. This is also very important. So this, as we grow, what do you feel happens, right? As we grow, the senior Sangha and equal Sangha, this gets slowly. What do you say, Kadanga? The way we get in voice, as we keep growing, it just gets a little less. So that's why it is important to sign up with more senior Sangha. Like we have so many, like clips. What are there? There's so many groups are there. Rajesh Appu is very alert. Keep making Sangha so that anybody who at least willing will get share. So that Sangha is there. And he is emphasizing on the equal Sangha. This is what I have seen. He will emphasize on senior Sangha where you have association of seniors and Sangha where you have association of friends. Two things equal का तो आपको मिल ही जाएगा. Now here anyway you will get. I mean youngers will anyway get. So when you preach, there's many younger people will be there. And then you ask them something, they will say yes for everything. So you may not get much help from them. Of course, you can get help. You have that mood. You see them also, the proper sense. Spiritual master, see his disciples also is spiritual master. You can get help from them also. But what I'm saying is that at least that forum is very, very favorable there, where we can get a lot of help from our equals and from seniors. Very, very. And then it will be very safe, very joyful. Very nicely we can practice. So this is maybe future you all may. We need always our friends and our seniors. And in the beginning, we should have a lot of seniors in the beginning, especially because sometimes friends we may come together to perform. Sometimes it's good to have some seniors and then have friends and then discuss. In the beginning, it is very, very. So that way. And then eventually when you mature, friends become more mature. Then having that Sangha with the friends is very. And then also Rajesh told us, don't discuss too much. Read 70% Prabhupada book, 30% you can. Sometimes we wanted to discuss more. Prabhu said no, 70%. No. Because still we need to be mature. And then maybe we'll come more. Then Prabhu will say, okay, now you can just. Very, but he has kept some knowledge. He's very alert, not just unnecessarily getting some. That is very good. Right? Okay, anyway, I have didn't time too much. Thank you. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Gaur Premanande.